Assalamu Alaikum.
Wa Alaikum Assalam.
Uncle, which story are you going to tell me today?
Inshallah, I'll tell you the story of our first Muezzin of Islam today.
Huh? Who was he, Uncle?
His name was Hazrat Bilal ibn Rabah Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu.
Please tell his story, Uncle.
Alright, now listen carefully. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The story of Hazrat Bilal ibn Rabah Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu. Hazrat Bilal Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu or Bilal bin Rabah, or sometimes known as Bilal the Ethiopian, was the first Muezzin of Islam. Muezzin or Muezzin is a chosen person at the mosque who leads the azan to 5 daily prayers and to the Friday service. He was originally a black slave from Ethiopia. He was one of the most trusted and loyal companion of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Bilal is very lovingly remembered by Muslims around the world as one of the earliest great African Muslim. He was born in a village in a mountainous place in Western Arabia. Bilal's father was called Rebah and his mother was known as Hamamah. They had come to Arabia as slaves from Ethiopia. The father and mother were slaves of Umayyah bin Khalaf bin Safwan, a rich man from the tribe of Quraysh. Bilal was therefore born in slavery and served his master. Hazrat Bilal Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu was the first to accept Islam. He had a strong faith in Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala and great love for our Prophet Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He had a pure character. Soon after converting to Islam, he earned high respect of our holy Prophet. Prophet liked Bilal's sweet voice and made him the first Muezzin of Islam, the caller to the prayers. Here is the moral story of Islam's first Muezzin, Hazrat Bilal's conversion to Islam. Before joining the Prophet, Bilal was a slave of Umayyah. One day, as usual, Bilal came back from work after feeding the sheep. He was really tired and desperately wanted to take some rest. He had been grazing the sheep under the hot sun of Arabian desert the whole afternoon. Just as he was about to take some rest, he heard loud shouts of his master. His master, Umayyah, was a leading member of Quraysh clan and the head of Bani Juma. Bilal wanted to know what was going on, but he was afraid of getting close enough to master's room. His master was a cruel man and he always treated Bilal harshly. When he reached the window, he saw his master standing along with other aristocrats of Makkah. He could see that all of them were very upset. The voice of terribly upset Umayyah raised again. "We must not let Muhammad disturb the city like this. He treated our idols with disrespect. He says there is only one God and everybody must worship him. Do you know what that means? It means that me, a noble person of Makkah, and Bilal, my ignorant black slave, must have the same God. Isn't it ridiculous? How can that be possible?" Then the other aristocrat answered, "We have fell into a terrible misfortune. Everybody knows about the character of Muhammad. He is well known for his truthfulness and trustworthiness." Then Umayyah replied, "Then we have to convince everyone that he has gone mad." Other aristocrats present there thought it was a good idea. They accepted this suggestion and went back to their homes. Bilal couldn't get much sleep that night. He kept thinking about the words of his master. He knew that Prophet Muhammad would only say the truth. Was it why the aristocrats in Makkah turned against him? He was worried if the people would start believing in the plans his master made. He knew that Prophet was the most innocent, trustworthy and truthful man in Makkah. If he said that there is only one God, then those gods are not the idols, then he certainly was telling the truth. He kept wondering why were the aristocrats and masters afraid of Prophet's preaching. The following day, Bilal the Ethiopian heard people talking about the Prophet. They were saying that Prophet had gone mad. He tried to speak to them several times, trying to convince them that it was not the truth, but nobody believed him. Days passed one after the other. Every day there was some or the other news about the Prophet on the streets. There was news about one or more men being added to the Prophet's followers. There were also news about the followers of Islam being injured or killed. He started worrying about the Prophet. He was unable to do anything, and his soon sadness turned to anger. I will revenge these cruelties, he said to himself. One day, he heard the news of Ammar bin Yasir's father and mother being martyred at the hands of Abu Jahl. Bilal knew Ammar bin Yasir. He was one of the innocent and honest youth in Makkah. Bilal also knew Abu Jahl, the master of Ammar bin Yasir. Abu Jahl was one of the aristocrats of Makkah who was famous for his cruelty. Bilal soon arrived at a decision. One day, while coming back from work, instead of going to his master's house, he went directly to the house of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was then that he saw the messenger of God, Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Bilal saw that he was a tall man with a face shining with faith. When Bilal saw him, he knew that his heart had found its lost hope. Prophet spoke to Bilal for some time. Bilal did not want to leave from there. He decided to become Muslim at the hands of Messenger of God and declared his submission to Islam. Bilal and other followers of Islam kept meeting under the cover of darkness during the nights. The words of the Prophet had changed their lives completely. They no longer believed in worshipping the idols because they had now learned about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's all, Abu. Next time, I'll tell you another story.
Thanks. Ma assalam, Yusuf uncle.
May Allah bless you. Ma assalam, Abu.